What drives me aesthetically? Good question. Film is my medium, there's no doubt about that. I see it as the ultimate art form, music for the eyes and visuals for the ears. But when someone asks me what my favorite genre is, I really can't answer the question. I like movies like this, as much as I like movies like this, as much as I like movies like this. I can't say I have a favorite genre, or even a favorite style. Sure, I have preferences as to what I like more than others, but that all stems from one thing: how they made me feel. Stanley Kubrick explained this relationship best when he said, "A film is, or should be, more like music than like fiction. It should be a progression of moods and feelings. The theme, what's behind the emotion, the meaning, all that comes later. If I didn't feel anything watching a movie, then I've wasted my time. But to feel something while watching a movie, any type of emotion or reaction as a response to what's on screen, to me, that is incredible. That's the magic. It doesn't matter if it's a romance, horror, crime, coming-of-age movie. If it made me feel something of the artist's intention, that's more than enough. But that's also the true challenge of a creative, conveying that feeling to an audience." The first movie I remember watching in a theater was Transformers, and to this day I still remember why it stuck with me. It held a sense of wonder and awe in its alien first contact story that struck a kid so hard to the point I wanted to know what was behind the curtain. I wanted to know what was behind the scenes. I became obsessed with film. How the hell did they make this happen on screen? As a 6-year-old kid, I couldn't fathom how this happened. How could they bring these aliens and these robots down on Earth to a point where I believe it? To the point where I could see myself in Sam Witwicky's shoes alongside Megan Fox in my robot alien Chevy Camaro. Of course, my taste would grow beyond this, but the beauty of watching films as a hobby is that you learn so much about humanity. I learned about love, about philosophy, the human condition, what makes a person break, and what makes a person feel happy. To me, the role of creative is to make people feel something, and through that feeling, dig deeper as to why people feel that way. It's through this where perception changes, where I could find an understanding within myself to be better. For a long time, film was just a hobby, something that I would watch on the couch every day. I never grew up in an environment that valued creativity, so that was never really an option for me professionally as a career, even if I wanted to. It was always in the back of my head though, banging, looming, until one day this totally changed my perception of everything. Suddenly, I could do anything. I could follow my dreams. I would regret everything that I've ever done in my life if I never tried. If I didn't chase it, I would regret it. I picked up a camera. Of course, I borrowed it from someone else. But I started telling the stories that nobody wanted to see, but I wanted to make. At first, they were garbage, but I feel like everything in retrospect will feel like garbage if you could only grow. I always sought out to make relatable human stories, with the intimacy and self-reflection to provide growth. I value character above everything else, because without relatable characters, there's nothing to hold on to, and through that nothing feels real. Through my work, I want to use characters that people could relate to with themes that matter through voices that need to be heard. Through all of what I make, I merely want people to feel. I want them to laugh, connect, and immerse themselves to what is on screen, and it is my power as a creative to make that happen with authenticity and emotion, with humanity and vulnerability. It is still a process that I'm going through. There's a lot to improve on and a lot to learn, but both will only come with experience in life and behind the camera. But until then, I will continue to communicate with audiences to feel what I feel.